Welcome, Rotarians and guests. Happy Valentine's, Galentine's, and Palentine's Day. Whatever you may be celebrating, I hope there's love in the air. Okay, we're getting started, everybody. And if you haven't yet had a chance to see the beautiful heart-shaped sugar cookies that we're featuring in honor of today's day, please do be sure to get one while you enjoy your coffee with a great big thank you to Lindley Zink of Little Light Bites Bakery. Okay, so welcome to the 5,424th meeting. I'm going to start calling people out by name. Please settle down. We only have 57 minutes left together. All right, thank you. Nicholas, come on up and join us in song, please.
Would you all please stand and join me in a little tune you all know? God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the ocean white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. Thank you.
Thank you, that was beautiful. All right, and a big thank you to our Fun and Friendship Committee for hosting today's table topics, which focused on the best vacation you may have ever had. I hope you all enjoyed that time together and maybe got some spirited ideas for your own adventures that will be coming up. Now, please bear with me a little bit because the monitors, I'll just wait until you guys are ready. How about that? Fines do work well. Okay, we might have to go there. Thanks, Ed, for that great idea. Let's build that foundation account. My screen is not working in front of me, so I beg your indulgence if I'm a little off on the IT over here. Already talked about that wonderful sweet treat from Lindley Zink. And this week, we only have one birthday, and that's our very special Leah Schnorr. So if you see her, please be sure to greet her and wish her a happy birthday. Okay. And I also want to thank the greeting line today, which was the San Jose State University Committee that's co-chaired by Robert Davis and Deanna Persai. They do have, go Spartans! Welcome back, I'm so glad to see you. They do have a meeting today at 1:30 p.m. if you're interested in learning more about that committee. And of course, you'll want to hear the update of last week's tour in the rain, which I'm sure was a wonderful time. And okay, IT, I'm going to need your help with slides because this is not working for me trying to look over here and do this. So thank you for that. But I made a mistake last week and I need to make it right. On our Zoom, when we were doing Ring the Bell, our own Ini Ubo actually wanted to ring the bell 3 times in honor of the International Service Committee, and I failed to announce that. My deepest apologies, Ini. Thank you for your generous donation, and I'm going to give her 3 rings right now. That means we're up to 41 for this month, and that's what we're going to try to beat next month. So thank you for that. And now it's time for guest introductions, and we are joined today by Kelly Dipple. Thank you, Kelly, for the leadership role you're playing in the Service to Seniors Committee. I'm tremendously inspired by your vision. Looking forward to that work. And also with Yuri Lavore. Yuri, thank you for being here. Please briefly introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Yuri Lavore. My sponsor is Larry Kickler. I joined just 2 months ago, very happy to be a part of it, and I work for Edward Jones in Financial Services.
Welcome.
Hello, everyone. Happy Valentine's Day. I am Kelly Dipple. My sponsor is Sarju Naran, and I am with real estate with Coldwell Banker.
Thank you. If you have a guest or you're a visiting Rotarian, please stand. All right. Run with those microphones. Mitch Fulton has a guest.
I'm right behind you.
Please go ahead.
I'm Jim Sparacco. I'm the Director of Public Relations for the San Jose Sharks and SAP Center. My sponsor is the always unpredictable Stu Gans. And my guest today is James Hamnett. He's the Senior Director of Booking and Events for SAP Center.
Excellent, welcome.
Happy Valentine's Day, President Karen. Daniel Sasueta. I am Senior Deputy City Attorney for the City of San Jose. My sponsor is President Fernando and the Honorable Judge Tom Hastings. My guest today is Nana Knight. She is an old colleague of mine from the City of San Jose who recently left to start her own firm called Knight Law.
Wow. Well, good luck with that change. And I wouldn't call you old, I'd call you his former colleague there. All right, Ron.
Hello, Madam President. Ron Zrake, Petrinovich Pugh and Company Advisors. My sponsor is Bill Barron, who is in Houston right now, or he'd be here. I have two guests with me who have come to hear our brother in stake speak today. First guest is Pat Quinn. Pat is the Director of Client Services for Block Construction.
Oh,
Stand
all
up,
right.
Pat, so everybody can see you. I am standing up. My other guest is a former 20-year member of this club, a Paul Harris Fellow, and a current candidate for District 6 in the city of San Jose, Michael Mulcahy.
Well, Michael, we'll look forward to striking the word former from Rotarian in this club. I got to.
Hello, my name is Dagmar Schildwag. I'm the Chief Development Officer for the Alzheimer's Association, and my sponsor is Richard Zluni, and I just saw him. I don't know where there he is. And my guest today is my friend Shannon Corpus. She's a financial advisor with King Wealth Planning, and she's also the founder of Sterling Women's Network. This is her second visit, and I hope that she considers joining.
Absolutely. Nice to have you. Kelly, you have a guest?
I do. I would like to introduce Chris Carroll. Chris Carroll is CEO of Copenbarger, which is an estate planning law firm. He is also a graphic designer, and he's a very busy guy. Very busy guy. He is also a partner with a financial planning firm. Sorry, you guys, I haven't eaten anything. I'm a little hangry. So
Eat that sugar cookie. We'll
I
sweeten
am
you
going to
right
eat that
up.
sugar cookie. Thank you.
Welcome. All right. Okay, it's time for our mindfulness moment with Anna Rudell. My favorite part.
This should settle the room. Can you hear me? Okay. Please find a comfortable position in your chair. Sit upright with your feet flat on the floor, your arms and legs uncrossed and your hands resting in your lap, palms up or down, whichever is more comfortable. Take a few moments to get in touch with the movement of your breath and the sensations of your body. Bring your awareness to the physical sensations in your body, especially to the sensations of touch or pressure where your body makes contact with the chair or the floor. Now slowly bring your attention to the gentle rising and falling of your breath in the chest and the belly. Like ocean waves coming in and out, your breath is always there. Notice its rhythm in your body. Notice each breath. Focus on each inhale and exhale. Notice the changing patterns of sensations in your belly as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Take a few moments to feel the physical sensations as you breathe in and out. There's no need to try to control your breathing in any way. Simply let the breath breathe itself. As best as you can, also bring this attitude of generous allowing and gentle acceptance to the rest of your experience. There's nothing to be fixed, no particular state to be achieved. As best as you can, simply allow your experience to be your experience without needing it to be other than what it is. Sooner or later, your mind will wander away from the breath to other concerns, worries, images, bodily sensations, planning or daydreams, or it may just drift along. This is what minds do much of the time. When you notice that your mind has wandered, gently congratulate yourself. You've come back and are once more aware of your experience. As best as you can, bring a quality of kindness and compassion to your awareness, perhaps seeing the repeated wanderings of your mind as opportunities to bring patience and gentle curiosity to your experience. Remember, your intention is not to make you feel better, but to get better at feeling and noticing. Now stay with your experience in this same way for as long as you'd like, noticing the movements of the breath with a gentle attitude of intention and care.
Okay, time to come back. She was walking off the stage and my eyes were still closed. I was like, wait, okay. And now it's that time of the day for an exciting new member introduction. Rod Diradon has done it again, and you're going to meet the newest member of the Rod Squad. Come on up.
You know, that's magic. This young lady just quieted you down pretty well. 100 years ago, my Italian ancestors did the same thing that this young man is doing now. Came to the Bay Area, settled down, and became a productive citizens. Bien Duan represents the American way, better than anyone I can think of right now. And I'm so proud that he's a new member of Rotary. He came to the United States at the age of 10. He settled in Porterville. That must have been a shock to Porterville. He has lived in District 7 in Santa Clara County, San Jose, for the last 41 years. He attended college in several different locations, but graduated from UC Santa Cruz. He has a project management degree and a psych tech degree. He's been a firefighter. He was the only Vietnamese American fire captain in the history of the city of San Jose, 27 years. He has been involved in many community activities. Vietnamese Americans Citizens League, board of the Asian American Women's Alliance. He continues to be involved in the Red Cross, and now he's involved in Rotary. We're very proud to have, as the newest member of Rotary, Lon Duin, the District 7 City Council member.
Thank you, Ron. Okay. Well, thank you so much. I am honored to be here, and I just want to say thank you, Rod, for sponsoring me into the Rotary Club and talk me into it.
Would you correct your name, please?
Oh, my name is Bien Duan. Like, you can call me Bien, like muy bien, or très bien, or just bien on time. Just don't call me late for dinner. But anyway, first of all, I want to wish all of you Happy Lunar New Year. It's the Year of the Dragon. So I'm a little bit feisty because I was born in the Year of the Dragon. But I take that energy in order to make differences in our community. And I'm strive and push, and my passion is to take care of people. 27 years in the fire service, a retired fire captain from San Jose Fire. I take this motto: I serve humankind when I work as a fireman. And as your council member, I serve humankind. And I want to give you a little bit of history. Oh, go ahead.
You're almost on time.
Oh, on time. Okay. Well, in that case, what? Well, I watched Rotary Club for many years. The wonderful thing that all of you have done out there, and I'm proud to be part of the membership, to be the collaboration and continue to work with Rotary to do many wonderful things that we've done now and in the future. And the joint partnership with the City of San Jose will make a difference in our community. I just want to say thank you so much, allowing me to be here, and I'm proud to be a Rotary member.
Yay. And would you mind taking a picture?
Oh, absolutely.
And I'm so sorry, sir, that I have to keep it tight time on time. Thank you. Thank you. We does it again. Thank you, Captain Dewan. We're really grateful that you've joined us, and we look forward to your service. And sometime, if you're interested in learning about what I wrote my dissertation on, it was a 6-month post-9/11 follow-up of New York City firefighters to determine how emotional support and coping strategies influence the development of post-traumatic stress symptoms. So if you want to read a fun 274-page book, hit me up. It'll be a really good time. Heather Lerner, come on up. Let's talk about the gala. And I think I saw the incoming first gentleman over there. Hey, Jay.
Hi, President Karen. Maybe we could have you do a dramatic reading of that at the gala.
Ooh, I'm in.
As a 274 pages dramatic reading. Okay, I think we've got the, this is the thing going on here. Welcome everybody to Rotary Land. That is the theme of our gala this year, and it's officially gala season. Today, I have the great honor of thanking all of our generous sponsors to date. We have over $167,000 in sponsorships for our gala. I know, yeah. We know there are a few more out there who are making your way through your approvals. We know there are $4,000 or $5,000 ones still out there and a few more $3,000. So as soon as you can get to that, I will say thank you from up here as well. But without further ado, oh, there's our great theme. Mike Bohr, what a great job you've done on our logo. Thank you, Mike. March 23rd, the Signia Hotel. Your home sold guaranteed completely. A giant round of applause to our presenting sponsor. Your home sold guaranteed. Sherrod, where are you? Oh, you changed tables on me. Hi, thank you so much. All right, this is our Emerald Garden level. This is Brandenburg Family Foundation and Casino Matrix. They went up a level from last year. Right. Yes, this is the $15,000 club. $10,000 club. This is Tennis Scatter and Johansson and Yao. Thank you so much for renewing at this wonderful level that makes so much possible. All right, the $7,500, this is the Paradisical Pearl Pavilion level. Salos O'Brien, John and Paula Ball, Larry and Carmen Stone, thank you so very much. These are the 5,000s, guys. There's a lot this year. So many of you came up from a 3,000, and I cannot thank you enough for making these dreams come true at Rotary Land. We've got Bert George doing so much with wines. The Kilted Auctioneer donating all of his live auction services, and Mike Bohr. I cannot believe the honor we have working with Mike to do so much for us. If you saw this guy's portfolio, Google him. He's pretty darn amazing. He's right here in our own club. Heritage Bank of Commerce, thank you so much, Janica. Silker Henderson Properties, Valley Heating and Cooling, Cindy and Jeff, and I'm sure Jeff will sneak me my usual Manhattan that he does during events, and the core companies. Good job. Yeah. Right. $5,000. Thank you. More 5,000. Spencer Fain, brand new to our lineup this year. Context Wealth, Chris Duke is back. I can't say thank you enough. Chris Duke, thank you. Pacific Gas and Electric up a level from last year. Carl and Kathleen Silker and Kiev Foundation back at 5,000. Thank you so much. And then we've got our 3,000 club. Thank you so much. Block Construction, Hogue Fenton, Hopkins Carley, Mission Valley Ford, Tim and Sandra Gill, and Sandra and Dick Conniff, the very first ones to renew this year. It means a lot to me, that very first person that renews, and I don't have to chase you. Thank you so much for being that one. Great. I think I've got about 30 seconds left. Okay, I've got a very special announcement. We can't cram everything into actual Rotary Land on March 23rd, but we are bringing up someone very special as a pre-gala experience. Details will follow. We have Bob Gurr. He is the last living Imagineer to have worked with Walt Disney, and he is coming here to San Jose for us, and you will have the chance to meet him. He'll be doing a special presentation as a gala extension. Our sponsors get first right to come. Of course, no fee for that because you're sponsors. And anyone who buys a ticket to Rotary Land, you too will be on the guest list for that. More details to follow. Look up Bob Gurr. He is the designer of many of our fantastical transportation elements that have inspired us all. This is a love letter to you, Karen. He's designed the monorail. He's designed the Matterhorn bobsleds, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. So many things that inspire our inspiration for transportation today. So I hope you enjoy that, Karen. And we'll have many things at Philbrick Station, one of our fantasy lands.
Ooh, yay, thank you. That's exciting. Come on up. Guess who my date is going to be? My dad is coming, so you're going to have both of us. I'm so excited. All right, we're getting an update on the San Jose State Committee by our co-chairs, Deanna and Robert.
Good afternoon, Rotary family. Go Spartans. Yeah. So our San Jose State Committee, the mission is to build bridges and relationships between Rotary and San Jose State. We meet the second Wednesday of each month at 1:30 in the beautiful Tower Foundation, first floor conference room. Our activities are supporting the Rotaractors, which is Rotary at the college level. They're kind of in a regroup and growth stage, and we're excited to really support them. Our campus events, we had an awesome walking tour last Wednesday, even in the rain. It was a lot of fun. Dr. Hegstrom joined us, and we learned so much. It was just absolutely delightful. We're supporting events at the Hammer Theater. We're getting more walking tours scheduled. This afternoon, a leader from the pantry, San Jose Cares Pantry, is going to come and talk to us about the pantry right on campus and how we can support that. And some new activities is that we provided water at the graduation ceremonies, and we're hoping to volunteer at student move-in days in the fall. So it's really quite a joyful committee. If you're on the committee, would you stand up really quick and just be acknowledged, all the leaders on the committee, Mike's, a couple of Mikes, Sarah Janigan, Mike, Alan Williams. So we'd love to have more members, and it's a really lovely committee building relationships. Thank you.
Awesome, perfect job. Thank you. Excellent. All right, we have an exciting, quick 1-minute video that we're going to show you of somebody you'll all recognize who is inspired by Rotary service and socially models what we want others to emulate. IT, can you hit that?
I'm here in a clinic in Accra, in Ghana.
Bono.
Amongst the genius doctors, nurses, and health workers who are so transforming the lives of the people in this region with very simple medications and applications, from vaccines to bed nets. Wherever I go in doing my work, the Rotarians have been there before me. It is a very humbling thing to discover just exactly what putting service before yourself adds up to when you see it in practice on the field. When polio is finally eradicated, and you know it will be soon, you stand surely in the first chapter of that book. I admire the Rotary Club's interventions so much. They're well thought out and enacted. And so I thought nowhere better than right on the field to send you my very best and really offer thanks and gratitude to what you're all doing. From Bono in Accra, thanks again.
Thank you, Maggie Padavani, for making sure that we had that. That's a beautiful video. And it really reminds me of how incredibly important it is that we all make our annual contributions so we can continue to fight polio and do all the good work that we're doing. So every Rotarian, every year, you too should claim your green sticker. Very quickly, before we have our guest speaker, I have an exciting update. Our very own Mike Fulton and Sue Smith will be traveling to El Salvador this coming Friday to review completed school projects that were funded in part by our Rotary Club. The trip will include visitations to at least 6 rural schools where we have helped fund toilet repairs, clean water, playgrounds, desks, chairs, and classroom equipment. But sadly, when they were on their last visit, they noticed that a kindergarten class had no toys. Nothing to play with, nothing at all. And so out of their own personal pockets and with their own incredible values, they have purchased over 80 pounds of toys to deliver not only to the kindergartners, but to every one of those classrooms. And just to be sure they have enough, they're arriving 2 days early to go shopping for more. So Walmart and Dollar City, here they come. And on Monday, they will be greeted by Rotarians from the Santa Ana Club who will have a truck to help transport all of those goods. Mike and Sue, we wish you safe travels. We're very grateful for you. Thank you for having such big, beautiful, and generous hearts. And I would also like to say a big thank you to Lisa Regal, who is just seamlessly integrating into our team and of staff members. She's an incredible help, so thank you, Lisa. And I have to close out today with something that is a little bit difficult to share. Our own Emily Robin, who you all know well, stood up last week and rang the bell because she was so excited for her birthday and her birthday trip with her sister, Megan. You might all remember that. Unfortunately, Megan, a 44-year-old fitness instructor, suffered a massive stroke in an exercise class, but Emily was there and she noticed the signs, and she has had surgery. In fact, they removed about 1/3 of Megan's skull to reduce the pressure. Emily is in Southern California for the foreseeable future, but she needs us. So please do what we do, support our family. Larry, come on up.
Yeah. As the executive director of the San Jose Sports Authority, John Poch's job is to make the city of San Jose and Santa Clara Valley a world-class sports destination by securing major events that will increase the city of San Jose's economic development, visibility, and civic pride through sports. The events John has had during his tenure included Super Bowl 50, College Football National Championship, NHL All-Star Game, NCAA Men's Basketball Tournament, the U.S. Figure Skating National Championship, the USA Gymnastics Olympic Trials, WrestleMania, I guess that's a sport, Major League Soccer All-Star Game, Amgen Tour of California, the NCAA Women's College Cup, the 1999 FIFA Women's World Cup, and rock and roll marathon races on a regular basis. In addition to bringing Major League sports to the South Bay, the Sports Authority manages, under John's leadership, community initiatives, the San Jose Sports Hall of Fame at the SAP Center and the REACH Youth Scholarship Program, all to give back to our community. Prior to joining the Sports Authority, John spent nearly 15 years at his alma mater, San Jose State. Go Spartans. As the Deputy Director of Athletics, the Executive Director of the Spartan Foundation, and the Spartans women's soccer coach, and was a former student athlete. So please give a warm Go Spartans welcome to John Poch.
Thank you, Larry. I don't know why anyone says you don't have a heart, because I have a heart for you, Larry. There you go.
Thank you.
And since I had my first grandchild 2 months ago, my grandson Cash, my wife is in Southern Cal, so somebody has to have my kisses. Karen?
Yes.
There we go. Valentine.
Oh, great.
There we go.
I love prizes.
Larry, thank you for the introduction. I wish my wife and daughter would have been here. My wife would have been proud. My daughter would have believed it. So it's thrilling to be here, especially among Rotarians. So many of you have been such great champions for the San Jose Sports Authority over the years. And before I get started, a few people I have to recognize, because I see my mentor for many years, Irvie Smith, is here, who's really showed everyone how you put class in fundraising. So Irvie, it's great to see you speaking to Spartans. And as Larry told you about what the organization is and what our mission is, there is no sports authority if there wasn't an SAP center, right? When the voters pass to build that beautiful arena, the city needed to create two entities, one to manage the building, which is the San Jose Arena Management, and the one to fill the building. When it's not hockey, what can we bring in? And that's how the San Jose Sports Authority was founded way back in 1991. And we could not do what we do without our three greatest partners. Obviously, the city of San Jose with the foresight to create the organization. Now, we're a nonprofit. We're not an agency of the city, but we work on behalf of our city. But more importantly, the SAP Center and now TechCU Arena. They provide the venues for us and the partnerships for us to bring these great events in. Jim Mercurio's here with Mr. Hamnet back there, and under the leadership of Jonathan Becker, they enable us to do what we do. And then Visit San Jose. They're our partner. I don't do anything without consulting with them and meeting with them on a regular basis, because when I put a bid out, 3, 4, 5, 6 years out, I first got to make sure we have all the elements we can do to host these events. Whether it's a conference that comes with a sporting event, obviously lodging required, and then a funding partner to help bring these events to our area. So I see Michael McKay, a founding member, former chair of Visit San Jose, John LaFortune, and Matthew Martinucci. I want to thank them as well, because without SAP Center, TechCU, and Visit San Jose in the city, we couldn't do what we do. So thank you to those folks. So Larry told you about some of the events we brought in, and I'm sure you've seen these. I'm sure you're familiar with them. You know, our goal is to make San Jose the premier destination for sports in the West Coast. And it should be, and it deserves to be. Because you tell me what region in this country is as diverse as the city of San Jose and Santa Clara County. And what does the diversity bring? It brings you a wealth of sporting events that are going to have great interest for the communities we serve. So I'm sure you've seen a lot of these before, and we're proud to bring them here, and we couldn't do it without our partners I've mentioned. But you want to know how those events got here? I'm like a Johnny Cash song. I've been everywhere, man. That's just my travel the past 23 months. I try to travel the first week of the month, visit with organizations, national governing bodies, see events that are going on to see if it's the right fit for San Jose, South Bay, and Santa Clara County. And they don't come to us. We have to go to them. Then we're going to make sure we have the right partners to make this work. And so I look forward to continuing the travels. I just got back from Las Vegas with Visit San Jose, and I'm trying to remember what we did. No. We were there for the Super Bowl future host meetings, and I'll share that a little later. And then I'm on a day trip to Colorado Springs to meet with our U.S. Olympic Committee governing bodies to see what events we might want to bring back to San Jose and the South Bay. But the reasons why they want to come here, unlike anywhere, we have such a great downtown. And this is what makes San Jose the ideal location. And believe me, the tech sector figured this out too, as well. We have a compact downtown. And what do I mean by that? You land at the airport, 10 minutes, you're at the Marriott. You want to go to the SAP Center, you walk to the game. You want to go to an activation we do in the plaza, you walk to it. You want a fine dining experience, they're all walking distance. When I travel to other cities, I got to get in the airport, I got to take a tram, I got to take a 40-minute Uber, check into a hotel. When we do an event, I tell the people, once you land, you don't even need a car. You're going to walk to everything you want. You want to go to Levi? Catch VTA. So our compact downtown, full-service hotels, our city government is terrific to work with when things are planned in advance. Team San Jose, I've mentioned that before, which is Visit San Jose. Our airport's proximity, our facilities. How many raise your hand if you've been to TechCU Arena? You have to make a trip there, right? That's our newest. We have PayPal Park, we have Levi Stadium, SEFCU Stadium, the SAP Center, the Convention Center. So we have great venues that we use to bring events here. Our geography, everybody wants it, right? And when we get them here for an event, my goal is, how do I keep them in San Jose? Sure, you can go to Napa for a day trip, right? But I want you to stay here so you spend here. It's like when I show you the Super Bowl slides a little later, part of my plan is an activation campaign to land in San Jose. I don't want to land in San Francisco because they'll probably stay, right? But when the Super Bowl's here in a couple years, how do I get them to land in San Jose and keep them here? So all these things is what helps us sell San Jose. Here's the champions we've had just this past year. We're a staff of 3. Just the past year. The events we brought in, U.S. figure skating. I mean, the SAP Center in figure skating is a marriage made in heaven. And the other cities and my colleagues, when I traveled to our conferences, how in the heck have you had USA figure skating national championships 4 times? Are you like the ice mecca? And I look at them, I said, well, Peggy Fleming, oh yeah, Bay Area, South Bay, Chrissy Yamaguchi, Rudy Galindo, Brian Botano, and Debbie Thomas, right? How are you developing these ice stars? It's from our club section of Northern Cal with figure skating, and it shows that because of those great champions from the South Bay, we owe it to that figure skating community to bring that event back. So figure skating, we just hosted it in January for the 4th time, the U.S. National Championships. And it does more than heads and beds. This is televised live on the NBC network, prime time, Thursday through Sunday. So what price tag can you bring for San Jose when you're showcasing the city to an international audience? We invested in golf over the last 5 years with our hope of getting the NCAAs here, and we did. We're one of the sponsors of the Western Intercollegiate, which is the best college golf tournament in the country. This year will be the 77th year San Jose State has hosted us at Pasatiempo, which features the top 20 teams in the country. I've watched Jordan Spieth win this tournament. It's who's who in college. And because of that success, we're able for the first time host the NCAA Men's Regional Golf Championships this past year at the Institute in Morgan Hill. But most exciting is we just completed in August USA Gymnastics Championships for the 4th time. We are the first city in the nation to ever host figure skating and gymnastics in the same calendar year. And that is truly a credit to the SAP Center, but more importantly, Dave Peterson, would you stand up, please? Dave Peterson, you don't have to do a flip, just stand up. Dave is a force in nature in the USA Gymnastics governing body. He's the voice. There's the voices that you want to hear, and then there's the voices you're going to have to hear. Dave stands up for the gymnastics community like nobody else. And we all know this horrendous scandal they went through. And they had to do a complete reorganization. And they almost lost USA Gymnastics. Think about that. It was almost folded because of the horrendous scandal they went through. But because of leaders like Dave, he stood up for all the clubs across the country to force to do what was right. He's our greatest spokesman. He can say things to the USA Gymnastics Board I cannot. So because of Dave and your support, we were able to bring it back for a 4th time. Thank you, Dave. And the beauty about when you bring gymnastics, it also brings a 2,500 member Congress that all members must attend for 4 days at the McHenry Convention Center. So not only are we putting the event and the championships in the SAP Center, we're also filling the hotels and using the convention center. And by the way, they had a great, I think you may have heard of her, Simone Biles decided to return to competition. Well, she used San Jose as a springboard, and she won her 8th U.S. National Championship in San Jose. And then this is the one I get the most calls on, because you probably can't get out of your driveway because you didn't read the 4 emails and 4 postcards I sent you, but I love the rock and roll street races. It's really San Jose in a sprint with music. It is so fun, the diversity that we have, and it's been a challenge bringing it back from the pandemic, but last year we crossed over 11,000 runners that Sunday in October. And if you want to go to a party that's free, come to the Plaza to Cesar Chavez this year on the Sunday after the race. But it's just a great celebration of the wellness we have in San Jose. And then you think about fencing, you don't think much about it, but we work with Visit San Jose, and when's kind of those dead periods that we don't have enough activity? First week of January. Over 1,200 fencers come in. They're staying in our hotels, and they have their national competition right here at the Convention Center. And then we just recently hosted, in partnership with the SAP Center and TechCU and the San Jose Barracuda, the AHL All-Star Game. So now we've done the NHL twice, and we just did the AHL. And we got a chance to showcase the Montgomery Theater, which was host to the AHL Hall of Fame, which they honor 3 members of the Sharks organization. But more importantly, we got to show everyone the Tech CU Arena, just how spectacular it is. There is not a bad sight line in it. And the food offerings and the bar, by the way, the bar is right behind the goalie. You sit at the bar with the goalie right in front of you. If you haven't been to a Barracuda game, it's a must. And that's one thing I do want to mention. Sharks are going through a little rough time right now, right? That doesn't mean we don't go to the games. People forget the Warriors missed the playoffs for almost 13 consecutive years before we had Steph Curry, right? They forget about the 49ers, Mike Singleton, the Mike Nolan era, Dennis Erickson, right? Harbaugh straightened things up, and Kyle Shanahan took it to another level. Pro teams have downsides. It's called a rebuild. That happens in sport. So now is the time where we need to step up and go to the Barracuda games, go to a Spartan football game, definitely go to a Sharks game. We need to fill that building the way it used to be, because we will rebuild, and they will come back, and they will win. But when we do invest in these sports, we need to show a return back to our city. These events are very expensive to have and to run successfully. So the way we do is we partner with Visit San Jose. They do an independent economic impact analysis of the events we bring in. And this is just the past 25 months of the sporting events we brought over 100,000 visitor days to San Jose. The hotel rooms are what actually were used, not what we booked, over 23,000 hotel rooms. But more importantly, generated nearly $1 million in local taxes and had an economic impact of over $37 million to our city and county from the events we brought in. And those are the metrics that we track and keep to show why it's worth investing in the work that we do. So right now we're on the countdown to 2026. As you heard, we're going to have a few events coming here. Super Bowl 60. We're having that at Levi Stadium, February 8th. NCAA men's basketball, we have the regionals coming. This will be the 11th time SAP Center has hosted NCAA championship basketball. That'll be March 26th and 28th. And then the FIFA World Cup. I was about 6'5" when we started that bid. FIFA has a way of knocking you down, but we're excited. And what's more important is that, sure, the games are at Levi Stadium. My goal is how do we create activations in San Jose? So the fans come here, they can go to our viewing parties, eat in our local restaurants, and then take off to the game at Levi, and then come back to San Jose. An example, Copa America is going to be July 2nd at Levi Stadium. Brazil is going to play Colombia. I want to put together a city dance night with samba and salsa in the plaza. Because the last time USA played Colombia in 2016 at Levi, we had 32,000 Colombians in 10, right? So how do we get them in early? It's on a Tuesday night, so we're starting to plan now how we get them to come to downtown, celebrate our culture, our diversity, and have them stay here. So the Super Bowl planning is well underway, as well as the FIFA World Cup planning. And those are the things, like I said, we've been working on for the past 6 years, just to win the bid, and now the planning will start. But of all the sporting events, these events come and go, and they're great. Unlike a Super Bowl, do a legacy gift, I'm going to give money to, 2, 3, 4 million to charities, which is great. We have 2 community initiatives that we give back to our community every year, and these are our priorities. The San Jose Sports Hall of Fame and the Reach Youth Scholarship. How many of you seen the Hall of Fame? Raise your hand if you've seen the plaques in the arena. That's our role. For the Hall of Fame, we serve as a curator for the city. We have a volunteer board made up of some of the people in this room, and we start the process. Actually, our former chair is sitting right over there, Mr. Dave Davis. We start the process yesterday. Actually, we started our first meeting. We do 5 consecutive months of meetings to get it down from 150 nominees down to the class of 4. And not only does the SAP Center turn the ice into a sit-down black tie restaurant, and we inducted 4 iconic athletes of the South Bay, but we also honored 2 amateur athletes, 2 high school athletes, and the Special Olympian of the Year. So I hope you have a chance to see the plaques at the SAP Center. We're very proud of giving this back to our community. And then more importantly is reach. REACH is our scholarship program. It's called Recognizing Excellence, Adversity, Courage, and Hard Work. These are any Santa Clara County high school kid who is a senior who overcame adversity through sport qualifies for our scholarship. Since I took over in 2017, we've given out over 330,000 in college scholarships to over 156 recipients. We're so fortunate that Ronnie Lott and Brandy Chastain have been our co-chairs for 23 years in running. The Marriott underwrites the breakfast for free, so all the kids can attend with their family and be honored. And this year it's going to be on May 10th at the Marriott. So we're thrilled to continue to reach, to build on to reach, to be able to provide college scholarships to these kids who overcame so much with the pursuit of going to college. As I mentioned, we're able to do these things because of the champions we have. And they're all listed there. I've mentioned Team San Jose and the SAP Center. But Sports Authority, we don't own a stadium, so we have to partner with Levi Stadium and PayPal. And then we have challenges we face, right? We all saw what the pandemic did. We lost 23 sporting events that we worked hard to bring here. Google, is it coming or is it? So there's plenty of challenges that we face to do what we do. But why do we do what we do? Because we believe in what we do. As Nelson Mandela would say, sports has the power to change the world. It has the power to inspire. It has the power to unite people in a way that little else does. It speaks to youth in a language they understand. Sports can create hope where there once was despair. It's more powerful than governments in breaking down racial barriers, and it laughs in the face of all types of discrimination. So I appreciate your time. I was thrilled to follow Bono. It's like my musical hero here. And there's ways you can get involved. If you want to be a champion for your community, let me know. If you want to be a champion for our sports heritage, the Hall of Fame, let me know. If you want to be a champion for our youth, the Reach Youth Scholarship, I'm more than happy to talk to you. So thank you for all of you Rotarians for being a champion for our vibrant downtown San Jose. Yeah. I did catch a little heat last month. Santa Clara Rotary invited me to speak. They said, welcome to the greatest Rotary Club in the world. I said, what? I didn't know I was in San Jose.
Ah, all right.
They weren't too happy.
So I think that begs a question that is likely on Matt Bell's lips. Why aren't you in Rotary, our Rotary Club?
I was in the Rotary when the pandemic hit. I got put on a board of the National Association of Sports Commissions every Wednesday for 2.5 years. We had to do a COVID Sports Advisory Committee. And so I served on that national board for almost 26 months. And it was on every Wednesday. So it finally cycled off. I did talk to Larry.
Okay, all right, Larry, you're on it, right? Because I heard an end date there, didn't all of you? That ended after 26 months, thank goodness. But honestly, I swooned a little bit. No offense to the first gentleman who's joined us. He's back there eating cookies, my Valentine. But I swooned when you put that economic impact data up. I love data, and $37 million speaks its own story, so thank you for that. Who's got questions? Stand on up. Let's get your question, Bonnie. Matt? We'll go with Bonnie first, then Matt. Kelly, Bonnie's in red right here.
I think he said Matt, me, and then come to me. Thank you so much. It was very enlightening and very interesting. I have a question about another sport, a sport I was involved in many, many years ago, swimming. We've all watched the problems at the Santa Clara Swim Center, and I wonder if you're having any conversations to try to bring back the Olympic quality swimming.
You know, we're working with USA Artistic Swim. And
Mike's not on.
We can figure it out together. Two smart people. We got it.
Yeah, we've been meeting with USA Artistic Swim at looking at doing their qualifiers at Independence High School because of the size of their pools. We wanted to use Santa Clara, but the past 4 years, they had issues with the pool. That's why we're not able to bring USA Swimming to the table until we solve the issues with the pools in Santa Clara. But as you know, you look at San Jose's past, swimming and track and field, we're the mecca of the world, not just of USA. You look at the Olympians that we have produced and world champions and both track and field and swim, and you're right, we need to bring swing back. We need that Santa Clara Swim Center back to what it was at George Haynes facility.
Go Spartans for producing some of those Olympians. Matt?
John, thanks for being here today and for all the work you're doing here. Congratulations on the amazing success that you've shown us today. But I was wondering, are there events that are sort of have been out of our reach that you haven't been able to secure? And are there reasons why? Do we have some limitations here? Like, what are the ones that have gotten away and why?
Well, what I'm trying to bring in is the National Senior Games. National Senior Games is every 2 years. They have 14,000 senior athletes that come to your town for 2 weeks and compete. Imagine watching Pat Quinn in pickleball for a 2-week tournament. So the National Senior Game, think about the hotels. 14,000 athletes are going to be here for 2 weeks, 26 different sports. So we have the venues. We worked it out with San Jose State, San Jose City College, West Valley. We can do the venues. It's a $2 million bid fee. $2 million bid fee. Now, the return will be great. You know, we're looking at an economic impact return between 18 and 36 million, right? Because they're going to be here. What are they going to spend? So that's what we're balancing is the financials. States like Texas has an estate trust fund. Any sporting event they bring in, that's why you see Super Bowls, college football, they get reimbursed 100% from the state. 22 states have funds that reimburse their sports commissioner CVBs to bring events in. California doesn't. I'm working with a group called the California State Coalition that's trying to create a funding source for it. But that's our competition, is that what you don't realize, we have to pay a bid fee up front for the rights to bring the games here. Here, for that great question, I got your USA Figure Skating.
Oh, he brings gifts. I love it.
There we go. Oh, thank you.
Very kind. Kathleen.
Kathleen Thomas, thank you very much for all that information. You mentioned a little bit about the World Cup and Brandy Chastain. Didn't say much about our great San Jose Earthquakes, nor the fact that we're getting a brand new women's Bay FC, Women's Professional Soccer League. We had Cyber Age back in the day, but you can say a couple of minutes about that?
Yeah, actually, I on my notes was to mention the Earthquakes, but I saw Karen ready to give me the hook. Actually, I'm involved in the Earthquakes. We're part of their 50th anniversary gala planning. Starting February 18th is our first event. We're going to do the Jersey Unveil at San Pedro Square. I spent 3 years working on bringing the NWSL franchise to San Jose. So I worked with David Offhauser, who they hired to get a franchise in San Jose, and we spent 3 years. Danielle Slayton and Allie Wagner, I coached them when they're under 12 and up, so I've been with them my whole life, and I've known Brandy since she was 12. I used to coach women's soccer. So I was involved for almost 3 years on our effort to bring the AFC to San Jose, and I'm thrilled about it because I spent 18 years coaching women's soccer.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and the most successful piece is we got them to commit to 5 years at PayPal. They're going to train at San Jose State. They just finished an agreement for training there as well.
Hey, John, Steve Ellenberg. I saw an interesting statistic that I wasn't aware of a while ago, which is that the arena is the second oldest facility in the NHL. And these facilities have, I think, about a 30-year, believe it or not, I mean, I can't imagine that, but 30-year lifespan. Is there talk about tearing it down and building a new arena? Or do you hear complaints about the quality of the arena?
You're asking me, and you got James Hamnet sitting right over there. Now,
he's welcome to take the mic, you know.
Actually, the arena is so spectacular. You know, when USA Figure Skating comes there, they just can't believe the quality and the care given to the SAP Center. The concourses are clean. Sure, we'd like them a little wider, right? The seating, there's never a bad seat. So, you know, I can't speak for the owner, Hustle Plotner, but he feels that the building is still serving its purpose. And I just love it. I love the SAP Center. I'm a little jaded. I've been in all the new ones. I don't see anything on the horizon. That's not my world. My world is they build it, I will bring them.
Thanks, John.
But nice to hear from Supervisor Ellenberg's husband.
Yeah.
His claim to fame.
She's not the one leading the charge on this.
Believe me, I'm the other half of the bright side of my family. Don't worry
She was
about
lucky to know who was playing in the Super Bowl. If it weren't for me, she probably wouldn't have known there was a game.
Vince.
John.
Promise I don't tell stories about middle school and you don't tell stories, right? Okay.
Middle school friends, huh?
Oh, yes.
Ah.
John, thanks for coming today and your presentation, your leadership in the city. Question about the Super Bowl. The last Super Bowl that we had at Levi, it was my understanding that the NFL pushed some of the activities up to our sister city, San Francisco. That was kind of out of our control. And I don't know if that's accurate or not. And if it is, what control do we have to bring more activity back in the next Super Bowl in our area?
Last time I leave my notes on the table. I knew you looked at them, Vince. So, you know, there's only 32 people who are going to make decisions on the Super Bowl, right? It's 32 owners of NFL teams. So as much as we fight it and pitched it, with Mayor Mahan, our council members, Visit San Jose, SAP Center, we want everything here. But you didn't hear it from me. But the Fan Fest is going to be Moscone. I was just at the Fan Fest in Vegas. That's 900,000 square feet they need. We don't have a 900,000 square foot convention center. Moscone does, right? And then the media day, we wanted SAP, but there's a brand new shiny building next to Moscone called the Chase Center, right? NFL owners want to stay in a 5-star hotel. They don't want to stay downtown San Jose at a Valencia or stay at the Signia or the Marriott, right? So those are the things we face. So my goal is that create a campaign where you stay and play in San Jose. I'll do a shuttle to the Fan Fest. You only need to go once and bring them back. But the major activations would be Media Day. It's going to be Chase. It's not official. Fan Fest. It'll be Moscone. Okay. The NFL Honors Dinner, which is their gala awards dinner. We're pitching the CPA. We're pitching the California Theater. But they're looking at the Opera House and the Symphony and the San Francisco Civic, right? So the goal is, how do we get them to land in San Jose? And then I am putting together a San Jose Host Committee 2026. And I hope some of you are interested, and you just met my qualifications. We're going to create activations in San Jose, around the World Cup, around the Super Bowl. We only have to avoid Media Day one night and Fan Fest one night. That's it. The rest of it, we're looking at doing a 49ers Super Bowl reunion of all 5 teams at the California Theater. We're doing an event this year, May 16th, the Dwight Clark Legacy Fund, the Golden Heart, where we did it last year. Kyle Shanahan opened, and then the second set was Brent Jones interviewing Mike Holmgren and TJ Rogers on the philosophy of winning. And then Bryant Young presented Fred Warner with the Dwight Clark Award. Then we ended it with Jerry Rice, John Taylor, and Christian McCaffrey, game changers and playmakers. We're doing that event again May 16th at California Theater. So we're going to do as many activations because they're going to go to the game at Levi. We already have all the hotels booked for the Super Bowl. So they're going to stay here. The question is, how do we keep them here? So I wish I can get those big events. We're still trying, but I'm a realist.
Well, thank you for your vision.
Mr. Barron.
Sorry, we are actually out of time, but he can line up to talk to you afterwards, right? I get in trouble by Larry Stone if I don't keep it sharp and right on time. So boo for Larry, but yay for John. John, thank you for being with us. You are amazing. We've made a donation in your honor to Loaves and Fishes for sharing your time with us today. Again, and thank you for all the Valentine kisses. Very exciting. Next week, our speaker is, get ready, Larry Stone. Boo! We'll hear about the Silicon Valley's economy and real estate market. You won't want to miss it. And in my final thoughts, I will be dodging umbrellas from fruity cocktails during Rotary next week in Mazatlan with Mom, Dad, sister, and little Charlie. So Steve Borkenhagen will be leading the meeting while I drink too much and have a great time. So I'll miss you, but it will be really fun. And in my final thought, every day we make deposits in our children's emotional bank accounts and their memories. Let's make sure they're good. Let's make sure they spread kindness. Thank you for sharing your big, beautiful, generous hearts with me on Valentine's Day. See you in 2 weeks.